Hello there. I'm Mr. Alexander's Travelling Show. I would have been with you at Quirky Camp this year for the very first time. I was so looking forward to it. Never mind, we'll meet again another time. Absolutely surely. And when we meet again, I'll show you in person around my lovely lorry, and I hope you'll enjoy my shows. So let's not waste time talking. Come and have a look round my lorry. Let's go in a little bit closer. Whoops, I didn't mean to jump it like that, but never mind. There we are. It's a Ford Cargo, and it's an 0609 for those of you who know such things. 1983 reg, B reg. I like the number plate on it, as you can see. It's a natural. It was the number plate that was on it right at the start, but I do like it. And currently we're seeing it in the glorious sunshine in my yard in Cheshire, which is where I live, and I live in the lorry, and I'm solitary isolating in the lorry, so that's why I can't be with you at the Quirky campsite, which is a great shame. But let's have a look around it. The cab wasn't that colour when I bought it, and I had it repainted last year to Ford Imperial Maroon, which is a lovely colour and suits me perfectly. Let's move round to the side of the lorry and you'll see the lovely paint job, I hope. It's painted like the front of a house I would live in, I guess. Well, it is a house I live in, but the house I would live in if I lived in a bricks and mortar house. And it's number 28, as you'll see on the front door. And my friend Rob, who designed it and painted it for me, even put a brass plaque, sorry, not a brass plaque, a blue plaque by the front door, which I'll zoom in on now and you can see it. I think that's absolutely lovely. If you were here in reality rather than in virtual reality, I would take you on a proper tour of it and you'd see it in all its glory, but it's almost as good walking around it. So now let's go round to the back. A lot of people love the back of the lorry because originally it had just an ordinary flat window like that one, but now it has, yes, a bay window, a wooden bay window on it, which was put on 2 or 3 years ago, and what a difference that makes in terms of the space. But it's also rather original and interesting. And the lorry tours, I tour in the lorry when you can, and you'll see there's a tow bar there, and that tows my stage. And the other videos you're going to watch tonight as I perform for you a few little bits of magic are performed on the stage, which is a trailer that I had specially built and is pulled by the lorry. Now we're walking around to the back of the house. We have an awning on the back of the house that keeps the sun off or the rain off, and we can sit and have a barbecue. We have a newly added gas barbecue point there, as you can see. For those of you technically minded, that was a great addition, because it means I can sit outside and have a gas barbecue. There's a big gas tank underneath the lorry and a big water tank, and that keeps me alive and well. And this is the back of the house, and it's a very different style to the front of the house. They even have a painted letterbox and the bathtub hanging up, as you can see. There are lots of lovely details, and we'll just kind of zoom in onto one of the details here that Rob's put on the paint job, because I think this is an absolute joy. Look at the detail on this. Not just the window, but if we come in really, really close, look what he's painted there. I haven't counted them, but I think there are probably at least 30 or 40 fauna on the elements of the lorry, including, of course, the rats going up the drain pipe, which makes me laugh every time I see it, even now. And what I love about it is that, as well as it being a showman's lorry, it's a work of art as a piece. And Rob's talent of painting, even though I originally had the idea, that's the back door, complete with the bell and the letterbox. And although I've had the idea for the lorry, it was him who painted it and he who puts it into action. And he's such a stylish painter, and this is the workshop. And last year I said, look, let's do something with the back door of the workshop. And it's a storage area. What it used to be when I originally bought the lorry, it was an NHS screening vehicle, and this was a wheelchair lift, and the patients used to come to have themselves screened, and they used to go up there used to be a wheelchair lift. I took it out because of the weight, and it's now my sort of workshop storage area, and a lovely entrance, and it's a barn door so that I can shut, as you can see, because you can shut half the door or just keep the whole door open. And because that's the workshop, I wanted it painted, the back of the door painted as though it was a storage area, and the front of the door looks like a shed, or painted like a shed. So that's the outside of the lorry, and I think you'll agree it's an absolute joy. I love living in it. It's a beauty to live in. And come inside and we'll show you around. Well, come on in. We'll go in the tradesman's entrance, as it says, staff only, but you can be staff just for today. This is the area I keep all the things that I don't use every day but need from time to time, including my trusty Dyson, of course, as you see. Here through to the front of the lorry, you'll see I have a little crawl through, so that if it's really wet and I don't feel like walking around, I can get through and get away. Very nice to have a crawl through. And my hats and costumes all stored up here. And here is the door through to my living area. Come on in and just have a look around. As you can see, it's really a wooden cocoon, cedar on the ceiling, a lot of other woods and mirrors throughout it. Oh look, there's me. Little bits of details of things that I've found over the years and incorporated into the living space. Wood burning stove here, of course, keeps me lovely and warm. And a fan heater when I can't be bothered to light the fire. Sofa bed with a log store underneath. Lovely table that opens out or closes down. I've got a big tabletop that comes right the way through, so I can have you all to dinner one day. And the kitchen area. Two ring burner. Up above, microwave and more cupboards. More cupboards. And a nice gas oven, and again acts as a mirror. And here I have my music. Big fridge freezer, very important. And of course no mobile home should be without a chandelier. So there we are. If there's anything here you'd like to know about, any detail, I've done virtually all of the work on it myself over the years. Everything that I have learnt is yours. Happy to share my ideas and thoughts on any of it. So you can get hold of me on my website, which is mralexander.co.uk, and in the meantime I really look forward to seeing you all again at the Quirky Camp.